Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve, and I'm very happy to say that here in Nova Scotia, we've made it. We made it to spring. It is day one of spring today, and what better way to celebrate it than to push on in to Chickadee Rock. Chickadee Rock is one of my favorite locations, man. It's just a big rock up here on this knoll in the woods, and I love it up here. But it's a little bit hard to get to in the winter months. Like, I have trouble snowshoeing up here. I have made it before, but it's hard to get to. So for the deepest snow months of the winter, I usually don't come up here. So it's been a little bit since I've been here. Am I ever happy to be back, man, especially on the first day of spring. So I just came up to celebrate spring, put out my hammock chair, have a chill up here. The old stream, third wash, is running nice and hard. Everything's melting. Sounds amazing. The wind in the trees. About plus 6 degrees today, so very nice in the woods. Anyway, I'm going to get busy, get my hammock set up, and then we're going to get steeping a cup of tea. I brought a device that I haven't used before, so, I mean, I've tried it. It worked, so it should work. But anyway, and I brought no backup this time. I never really thought of that. I brought no backup because I'm trying to run light so I can fit everything in my haversack without being overburdened. So hopefully we get it. I got enough stuff I could probably get a little fire going if I had to, but anyway, let's get at it. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. All right, let's get the hammock hung again. Let's give it a sit. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's going to be perfect, man. This is where I want to be. Excellent. Okay, let's get some stuff out of the haversack there and get cooking some tea. The sun just went behind a cloud. So, today I'm using my canteen and cup. I got my mug here. It's my first time with this hammock chair up here. I really like how it is right above the rock. That's nice. Gives me ideas for a potential hammock camp here too. Might happen. We'll see. Problem with hammock camping here is it is hard to get, suppose you go steep, hard to get a tarp over your hammock, but I might be able to figure something out just looking at it here now. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Canteen and canteen cup, my mug, my stove, and my platform. Now, I've got a ring of stones here that me and the boys left last time we were here, so those are probably going to help me make a windbreak. Here's my stove. Now, this is a stove you guys haven't seen before. That guy there, if I can get him pretty level, that'll work out great. That's pretty good right there, actually. Right on. Okay, let's bring you in and I'll show you the stove and stuff, what I got going on today. Okay, I'll show you what I got here today. So I got my dry bag from the dollar store. This is where I'm keeping my stove stuff, my methyl hydrate, and whatever stove I'm bringing. So there's my methyl hydrate jug. Here comes the sun again. It's so nice when it comes. Put that there. So this here stove is one I haven't used before. And it's actually it's a methyl hydrate or alcohol stove made out of a air freshener can. Like, I would say a Febreze can, something like that. It's an aerosol can anyway. And I've got one of my stainless steel plates there. I'm hoping that it'll set on there. That way I didn't have to bring my big pan. Again, going with a little bit lighter weight stuff today. And I noticed that the dent in this plate fits that pretty good, that stove. Now, this is a Mark Young made stove that he had sent to me. I'm slowly getting through the stuff that he sent me. My hammock chair that he sent me. Man, it's awesome. I love it. And The other stuff, as I go, I'm slowly working through. There was so much stuff in the box. But anyway, I'll give him credit every time I bring something that was his, for sure. And this is one of those things, this alcohol stove. So, props to Marty too. Something I didn't know, with your canteen cup. Marty was using his from Marty's Ramblings the other day, and he said if you squeeze the handles together, they lock together, and they won't flop around. Man, learning all the time, eh? Learning all the time, Marty. Thank you for the tip. I did not know that. So yeah, I think that's going to work great, really. It's just tea we're making, so it's not like we're going to be moving it around. Once it's placed, it's placed. I'm just kind of paying attention to which way the wind wants to blow there, because I got enough rocks here, I think, to build a little windscreen. Something like that should work. I don't know, we won't get too picky here. I've got aluminum foil on my bottle too, in case I need to build a windscreen again. All right, let's measure out our water and get the show on the road. It's tea time. I can't wait to sip on my tea late in the afternoon in my hammock chair and just watch the stream rattle by, man. That's why we're here. I was surprised with the amount of snow still in the woods on the way up here. I mean, it's mostly all gone, but where there is snow, it can be pretty deep. Perfect. Okay, we'll dump our water into the cup. I'm throwing dirt right in my mud. It can go over here for a second. Now that's the other good thing about Chickadee Rock. You don't really need to bring anything to sit on if it's dry out. Chickadee Rock is a perfect place to sit too. Okay, I get some stuff ready here. Now, I'll bring you in close to fill it and light this stove for the first light out in the woods for me. Let's get this little stove filled up. I'm not real sure how much methyl hydrate I should put in it. That's probably plenty. I'll put a little more maybe. Don't want it coming out the jets around the outside, that's for sure. I don't think it is. Okay. Yeah, let's toss a spark at it and see what happens. There it goes. Now this one should take a few seconds to bloom. You want to wait till it starts shooting flames out those jets around the side. I don't think it is yet. If I put my canteen on there before it blooms, then oh, there it goes. It's starting to bloom there now. Now I can put it on. See, full bloom. Okay, perfect. I gotta get my gloves out of my pack. Well, that looks pretty nice, man. There we go. I get my gloves now. I forgot I had my kneeling pad with me too. I'm gonna throw it in the hammock chair just for a little bit of added comfort there. Oh, that's nice. Perfect. I can look right into my canteen cup from here, see if it's boiling. It is. It literally is. That's crazy. It's been like 3 minutes. Wow. There are bubbles rising off the bottom. I like a nice strong cup of tea. So I'm going to put my tea bag in right now. Golly, that stove is going. That's awesome. Oh, this view is awesome too. Lovely. That's great. That thing's working really good, Mark. I'm impressed with that for sure. The old aerosol can stove. I had in my mind I was going to try one. I tried one of the stainless steel water bottle or aluminum water bottle stoves, but I screwed up when I drilled the holes around the outside. I drilled them too high up in the bottom piece, so when you shoved them together, all those holes were blocked and it wouldn't jet. So I was gonna round to it and try again and just never got around to it. Boy, oh boy, that one works really well. Right on. That stove is boiling. The water is boiling. That took like 4 minutes. I bet you that took 4 minutes. I didn't time it. Amazing. What a great stove. Woo wee. Is that ever going? It's awesome. That is awesome. Now for the pour. That stove throws some heat, man. For boiling water, it's still got a lot of methyl hydrate in there, too. Well, not a lot. There's some on the bottom. I'll pour quick and see if I can show you it's in there. It's bubbling. Put the bag and all right in there for a minute. Let it steep. And I'll show you inside this methyl hydrate stove. Looks pretty cool. It's bubbling and going. I'm gonna get just too close to it, but look at that. Look at how it's bubbling away. Just giving her. That's an amazing little stove right there. I like it. Like I heard something down on the brook. Funny, eh? When you have water, constantly noise of water around you, it can make it sound like something else, right? Like footsteps or just sounds different once in a while. I don't see anything. Now, that's something about this little stove I like too. You can actually see when it's out of fuel. That's cool. It's out of fuel there now. That's pretty cool. Because you can't always see the flames on those guys, right? Oh, I'm excited for this cup of tea. I feel like it's going to be a good one. Earl Grey, black, hot. That's my tea. Last time I was out and had a tea, I think it was me and Wyatt out, and I found I had real cheap Earl Grey. Like it was less than $3 for the box of tea. And at the time, it was in the woods, so it didn't taste horrible. But after reflecting on the cup of tea, it really tasted like pencil shavings. Like, you know how pencil shavings smell? That's what it tasted like. So I upgraded, got myself some Tetley Earl Grey. That's what I'm having here tonight. It's hot, but it's nice. It's nice and strong. I've been battling a little bit of a sniffle this week, which is uncommon for me for the amount of mushrooms that I make teas out of and stuff, but every once in a while something will sneak through. Not horrible, just a little sniffle. Hmm. Oh yeah, as that cools, it gets better and better. Nice. What a gorgeous first day of spring here in Nova Scotia. Could not ask for better than this, I don't think. Now, I'm a type of guy who likes to be in the moment, right? And really soak up the moment. But I did happen to notice that there's a lot of snow predicted to come this weekend, which would not surprise me in the least. I think I totaled up to 60 centimeters for our area over a period of 3 days. I'm pretty confident that's going to miss us, though. I'm no weatherman. I just look at the weather sometimes. And I like to say, I think that snowstorm, 3 days, that's probably going to miss us entirely. Here's hoping. Yeah, I think I'll tidy up because I think everything's pretty well cool and good to go back in the pack. Tidy everything up, and then I'll sit and enjoy my tea when it's cooled off enough that I can really drink it. What a beautiful spot. For all the new subscribers that are tagging along that have come recently, maybe you haven't seen this spot yet, but this is a really cool spot I found. This whole creek area, right? It contains, on the way up the creek, we run into the mossy spot first, is one of the spots I like to go to. It was the first one I found. Then a little ways up the creek, you find the fairy hole, which was the second place I found. Then you find random rock on the way up to here. And then there's like the reflecting pool. I did a video there not too long ago, last fall, where my camera fell in the brook. And then up here at Chickadee Rock, right up on top. Oh, and there's one more spot way beyond, the Split Rock. I forgot about that spot. I haven't been up there. I've only been up there once. I'll have to get up and check that out. There was a bunch of turkey tail up there last time I was there, but it was high up in a tree and I couldn't get at it. Hmm. The wind on the back of my neck is letting me know that, right, it may be spring, but it's still March. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, yeah. How good is this, eh? As you can see, the little brook, I call it a brook, I call it a stream, I call it a creek, I call it a wash. I call it the third wash, is what I actually call this. But I call it a lot of things when I'm just talking about it. It's really small, right? Some years it may dry up completely. But so far, since I've been coming here, there's always been flowing water here. And it is by no means fully explored by me, right? I've come up this far and went further up to the Split Rock, but it would be nice to see. I think it all originates just from like a bog further up. Like we're kind of in between two ridges here. As you come up, There's kind of like fingers of ridges go up that way. And I think we're just kind of in between two ridges. All the water that collects up there in the higher ground runs down through there. That's why I call it the wash. Sure is nice though. I did do one overnighter here with my tent. It was an extreme pitch. It was hard to, not a lot of room here and almost no flat ground. And I found I wasn't ready for the sound of the brook. It was an early season one too. I think it was around April, maybe the 1st of May. But the sound of the brook kept me up almost all night. I could not sleep for the life of me, man. So if I come back for an overnighter, I'm definitely bringing earplugs. Just something to drown that out a little bit. But you don't know. Always learning, right? Everything you do, you learn. And it has been a long, long time since I spent a night beside a little creek. So I didn't know that the sound was going to keep me awake. Oh, my tea has cooled off just nice there now. Still hot enough to scald you, but you can get a good gulp of it. I would say everything in the forest is 11 today. Plus 6 degrees, sunny, first day of spring. A lot of critters be on the move today. I'm just going to relax now and drink my tea. I told Rena not to worry about me for supper. If I'm late, I'll just heat it up because, I mean, it's light out till 7 o'clock. I don't think I'll be that late, though. I'm just going to have my tea and head her out. It sure is lovely. Every once in a while, I hear the rumble of a sap moving truck way down the hill. The road I came off of, they move sap down that road. It is maple sugar season here in Nova Scotia right now. So, been a good season, I would say. The conditions have been right. I haven't really heard anything, but it's been below freezing at night and above during the day, so that's usually what they're looking for. And I've heard and seen the sap truck rolling quite a bit this last little bit. Anyway, slight distraction, back to relaxing. Isn't that funny now? I was sitting up there drinking my tea, and I heard something down here. It sounded like two rocks clacking together. Clack, clack. That's what it sounded like. So anyway, that drew my attention. I stood up, walked down a little bit, see if there's anything around, and I noticed something black on the ground. So I come to look, and here is a glove, right? As far as I know, anybody could come up here. This is Crown land, right? It's not mine. But as far as I know, I'm the only one that comes up here, me and Wyatt and Sam. Then I got looking at the glove, and yeah, this is definitely Wyatt's glove. He didn't tell me he lost it. Kids are so weird. He didn't tell me he lost it. It was like the next week or something since we were here. He was going and he just had one glove in his pocket, right? Didn't know why. So we started looking for the glove, never did find it, ended up buying more gloves. But what do you know? The melting snow reveals all. I can't wait to take it home and show him. Found your glove, buddy. Somebody chewed the fingers off it, though. I'd say he became Nice nesting material for a mouse or something. Ah, too funny. Oh my goodness. That was a dandy cup of tea. Just lovely. Mm. Could not be a more perfect first day of spring, I don't think. Well, I could have. I had different plans for today, actually. Last night, my plans were different, but they changed. Another thing that came in the Mark package that I received, the box of stuff from Mark, was a stick stove, man, that I've been trying to get out, and I was going to bring it out tonight. And I found last night we got all this really wet snow, right? Big wet snow that just covered everything. It's mostly melted off now. But again, same situation. Everything's really wet. I'm not really into making a small smoky fire for a cup of tea. So, but that gave me an opportunity to try Mark's aerosol can stove. And that thing is legitimate. It works really well. I'm impressed. I would say that works better than any DIY stove I've made. And it's so small, right? Like I could have that in the bottom of my tackle box type of thing. Lots of opportunities with that one. I really like it. And I'm grateful to you, Mark, for sending it to me. Oh well. The sun's hiding behind the clouds now. So I guess that means I better head her home for supper. I'm really digging this hammock chair too. And I'm really liking the ratchet strap, home hardware ratchet straps that I put on it. Because they give me reach, right? Look at how far the distance I've spanned from here to there. And it's still lined up perfectly to where I wanted it. That's great, man. Very, very versatile little piece of kit, I would say. Anyway, my tea's gone. I hate to go, but I'll be back. Hopefully sooner than later. I like to try to get out once at least during the week and once on the weekend. Last weekend we didn't get out. We got out, but we didn't record anything. We went to the beach and had a nice bit of time down there, playing around, checking things out. I'm not sure what the plan is for this weekend. Like I say, the weather coming in might prevent me from getting out. So if I don't see you on the weekend, I'll see you again next week. That'll be the plan anyway. It looks like maybe Friday night might be okay to come out for supper or something. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, go by the weather. Right now the sun's gone down and the wind's picking up. So I guess that's my cue to pack up. Nothing left to pack but my mug and my hammock chair anyway. Right on. This is good stuff right here. Love it. Oh, that's nice. I really like using a haversack. I just got to stop bringing so much stuff. After using the water, that's perfect weight right there. I like it. Anyway, oh, what a beautiful first day of spring here in Nova Scotia. Could not ask for any better. What a wonderful working stove Mark sent me. That's amazing, man. That thing boiled water, I want to say, in 4 minutes. I'm going to have to time it next time, I guess, but just amazing how quick that had my water boiling, tea steeping. Beautiful cup of tea. Good old Chickadee Rock, man. Up the third wash. Excellent. Well, I'm going to head down the hill and just take my time. Soak this all in, man. Excellent. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, folks, you'll never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.